Johnson ready to bring you this one. It is a battle in the 5A South between 7. It is a battle between 7-1 Legend and 1-7 Doherty here in the 5A South. Here as we are in week 8. Barry Reed, Walter Johnson, the media production services crew down in the truck ready to get this one underway.
Well, the first thing I noticed, Barry, is Legend traveled very good. They have a pretty decent-sized crowd down here tonight for this one. Should be a little fun, partner. 7-1 Legend, 1-7 Doherty, but the Spartans, as you pointed out to me earlier, in pretty good position to make a playoff run if they can get this game.
Even at 1-7. Decker puts a squibber down, trouble picking it up. It is finally picked up and breaking a couple tackles, spinning out to the 30-yard line with the return. That is Shamby. Coming in, 6 returns for 173 yards, average 28.5. On that one, he gets about 10 on the squib kick. So to the offense comes the run-heavy Titans of Legend. Kalen Shoemaker, the junior quarterback. Connor Eyes, the one running back. Blake Rayrog, the senior, the other one. And this is pass, first play. And the completion to Blake Dowd, the 6'4 junior, 170-pound wide receiver. 34 catches coming into the year for 453 yards and 4 touchdowns. They'll move the chains up. Completion goes for 16 and a first down.
Interesting, partner, because we were talking about this before. I wondered if they would come out and throw, knowing that Doherty was going to be prepared for them to run.
Now back to the ground. And Rayrog with the carry off the right-hand side. That is going to be good for a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. Doherty tonight has its hands full.
Be interesting to see how Legend attacks this Doherty defense that has been susceptible to the run, but I'm pretty sure they practiced that all week.
Shoemaker and Rayrog in the backfield. Shoemaker rolls out to this side, pressure coming, out into the flat. Short pass is complete to Jackson Warner, the 5'10 senior wide receiver, 17th catch of the year. Will make it 3rd and 2 for Legend.
Normally you want to run this up the pass. I think Legend is passing this up the run right now.
Definitely not what we were expecting last year, or this year. Now Eyes and Rayrog in the backfield, and there is motion up front for the Spartans. Jared Bilstein coming across the line, and that'll give another first down to Legend.
Encroachment. Defense number 99. 5-yard penalty. Result is a first down.
And that'll give us a chance to tell us who the best team on the field is, partner. The referee is Craig Cox, the umpire Curtis Lambert, the linesman Dave Barton, the line judge Leon Lohman, and the back judge is Ken Estes.
Now shotgun with both backs in. Give it to Rayrog. And Rayrog is going to try the left-hand side, and he is going to get stuffed up. And Selim Franz, the German transfer student, former rugby player, they've taught him to play a little American football, and he's in there as part of a 5-man front for the Spartans. And he's in there leading that tackle, holding it to a gain of 2 for Rayrog.
Now, one thing that 5-man front does is it gives each one of those offensive linemen someone to block. Get to that in a second.
Heavy formation. Rayrog puts it on the ground. Shoemaker has to cover it. It'll be a loss of 4. And for Rayrog, he has had some fumble difficulties. Had fumbled once, and Legend had lost it. Take a look at the replay. This one his quarterback bails him out on.
And it wasn't a run-pass option either. He just a bad handoff, to be honest with you, in my opinion.
3rd and 10 now. Big time, or big play for the Doherty defense. They dropped a 4-man front, now bring 5 in the pressure.
Oh, nice
and
play.
A great deflection out there in the coverage for the Spartans. And that was Dylan Crossett, who's back to the safety position tonight. And he'll bring up 4th down, and Doherty's defense, after giving up 30 yards, will force the punt.
That was an outstanding defensive job because he had to get there and not run into the receiver at the same time.
Dowd will punt it away for the Titans, averages 37.5 yards per kick. This one is fair caught at the 10.
Put him back on.
So right on his average, 33 yards for the first punt.
I think they're going to put him down on a 8-yard line, partner.
So Doherty starting in a hole, but good news out of that Doherty defense after giving up a couple of big plays early, able to stiffen and turn the ball over to the offense. Now it's time to get this running game going. Now it's senior night for the Spartans, so Jaden Martinez, the 5'9", 180-pound senior, will get the start at tailback with Jordan Abeda, the fullback.
They Doherty snapped the ball and the official didn't put it in ready for play. Oh, well, wait a minute.
And that might be a case of the one carry of the night for Martinez, and it's kind of a courtesy carry. And he gets greeted by his coach on the sideline.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
We will have to get a little bit more of that story. Quarterback Logan Siffert with his second start after taking over after the injury to Brody Gish against Chaparral. A lower leg injury has put Gish on the sideline for the remainder of the year. Short gain, we'll call it 2nd and 10. Ball just past the 8 for the Spartans. 2 receivers to the left, one to the, or two to the left, one to the right. And this one's going to be intercepted. Mix up in the pattern. The intended receiver was Brandon Becker. Becker cut the route short, and Logan Siffert threw to the far outside spot. With the interception, that is Tafari Shambi, the 5'10", 165-pound senior. And for Shambi, that is interception number 1 on the year. He had 1 interception last year to go with 52 tackles and 4 passes defended. But this was just poor communication between Siffert and Becker.
Where that ball came down, you thought Shambi was the receiver.
So starting with it at the 26, run to the left side, and it is going to get stuffed up. Good pursuit there by the Spartans. And the right side of that defensive line. Chance Grave, Kevin Niebel.
The biggest question I had coming into this game was how would that Doherty defensive line hold up? So far, so good. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I guess he got back. Or never went to the zone, I should say.
Looking over to the sidelines, adjusting the play, is Shoemaker. Shoemaker straight back, looking deep down the middle, and a diving catch for the touchdown with the reception. That is Gavin Littlejohn, the senior, or Lilyhorn, my apologies there. First touchdown of the year for Lilyhorn, 9th catch. That pitch and catch goes 26 for the touchdown.
Watch this throw here, partner. This is just a beautiful throw. He had to stretch out a little bit at the end, but he did what the quarterback should have done, and that's lead the receiver and make him run under this football. And as you can see, clean catch, no problem at all. As far as whether the ball hit the ground or not, controlled it to the ground. Extra point is good. And
Ivari is good with the extra point. Ivari now 29 of 31 on the extra points for Legend. And the Titans cash the turnover, pinning Doherty deep on the punt and then taking advantage of the turnover to go 27 yards for the opening score. 7:57 to go in the first quarter. And the Titans up by 7.
Yeah, the turnover deep in your own territory usually spells trouble, and it did on that series for Doherty. So the Spartans now will play from behind, and we'll see how well they can come back from this deficit. Spartans won the toss and elected to take the second half kickoff, and that's one of the reasons you do that, just in case you're playing from behind in the first half. You want to get some momentum coming out of that locker room.
Ivari has it teed up at the 40-yard line, watching him kick from the 45. Good strong leg on this young man. He was pulling everything a little bit left. 9 touchbacks on the year. This one high up in the air, and it will come down at the 6-yard line. Right back up the middle. Breaking tackles. On the return, that is Damon Hill, the junior. Hill in the backfield, normally the starter on the year, 125 carries, 653 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Last year, he appeared in 4 games for the Spartans, had 10 rushes for 22 yards and 4 catches for 63. So definitely a much better junior campaign for this young man.
Boy.
But this time going nowhere on the run. He is dropped. And that is Garrett Womack, the 6'1", 210-pound senior on the defensive end.
Yeah, he was having
with another tackle.
He was having absolutely none of that run.
2nd and 10 now. Keeper for Logan Sifford around this right-hand side. Sifford finds a little bit of a seam, and he will get upfield. Tackle made there by Merritt Stenberg, the 5'10", 170-pound senior. Leading tackler on this team with 60. Last year as a junior, he was 3rd in tackles with 66. So he's almost matched his tackles total from last year with 2 games left. Siffert with an option keeper. And he's going to find the sledding hard to the left side. Getting brought down, Womack and Vaudrin in on the tackle. Luke Sandy is a 6'3", 250-pound sophomore playing nose for the Titans, and there's not a whole lot that gets by that young man.
No, that would include a plate of food, partner, it looks like. I don't think that gets past him either.
But just a sophomore. 4th and 1, punt formation.
Watch the fake.
And that is Underhagen with his 9th putt of the year. And the fair catch called for and made by the Titans. That is Rosenbach calling for the fair catch. But the Titans will start with it at the 34 following the punt.
I thought we had an injured Spartan partner, but it was just a shoelace untied, so he took care of that. Got that thing tied up, ready to play a little defense now.
And somebody's missing on the offense for Legend, and that is going to force Monty Thielen to take a timeout. His first of the game. It comes at 6:07 in the first quarter, with the Titans leading by the score of 7-0. Take this opportunity with a break in the action for those who might be watching on our YouTube or Facebook feeds up north in the Denver area. Legend fans who couldn't make the trip down for whatever reason tonight, we thank you so much for the tune in. And for those watching on Comcast Channel 16, Falcon Broadband 73 and CenturyLink 8004 here in the Colorado Springs area, we thank you for the tune in as well. Week 8 action for high school football. And you had mentioned it earlier, Doherty at 1-7 because of the RPI system, sitting 31. But 6 of the teams in front of them are not going to qualify for the playoffs. Right. So that puts them 24-25. 25 goes. And Doherty steals one tonight and caps it off against Fountain Fort Carson next week.
Right.
They go to the playoffs at 3-7. Largely because of their opponent's schedule.
Yeah.
This run around the right-hand side is going nowhere as they tie up Rayrog for Little Game. Last year, Rayrog, 17 carries for 90 yards, had a 51-yard breakout, and had 1 reception for 24 yards against these Spartans. No touchdowns, though. The entire 2018 season, 180 carries, missed 1,000 yards by 14. 986 was his total, had 9 touchdowns, and averaged 5.5 yards per carry. Delay give off straight up the middle. That is Rayrog once again, and he will be stopped for a gain of 6 and bring up a 3rd and 4.
See what the Titans come up with on this. They're going to throw the football if they're going to try to run it.
2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Rayrog in the backfield with Shoemaker. Shoemaker and Rayrog last year were number 1 and 2 in offensive categories in total yards for these Titans. This is an inside slant pass intended for Dowd, and it will fall incomplete. In coverage was Escalante Garcia for the Spartans. And that'll bring up 4th and 4. And Dowd will drop back to punt.
I think it might got a little alligator arm on that one, partner. I thought I saw him not extend out as much as I thought he could have.
Dowd, 6'4", and 170-pound junior. Big target. Watched him walk around down on the field beforehand.
He can almost look you in the eye.
Good rush coming and fair catch called for at the 19-yard line. Dowd with another good punt.
Pretty good leg.
This one travels 41 yards and turns the field over, and Doherty starting inside the 20 again.
Special teams, you get a good special teams system going, and you're going to win a lot of football games with good special teams. Sometimes terribly overlooked, except for that guy up in New England who doesn't leave any stone unturned.
So, ball on the ground. Logan Siffert brought a man in motion. The snap happened. That is going to cost the Spartans 2. Take the ball back close to the 17-yard line. Rollout pass in the flat. And some great moves. That is Hill. Finally tackled out there by Jackson Muma. The safety is 6 foot, 165-pound junior ranging over, but a lot of shake and bake, and actually 9 yards out of the play.
Yeah, how the world did he get out of that?
Sets up a 3rd and 4. 3 receivers to the left for the Spartans. Siffert looks over to the sideline for the audible.
Got
pressure coming. They set up a wide receiver screen. Unberhagen looks to be the receiver, and he is ushered out of bounds with the Doherty first down across the 35. Let's see where they flag on the play. This one might be coming back.
I'm trying to see where the flag is, actually.
Flag is lying down at the 29-yard
Holding.
line.
Offense number 8. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay 3rd down.
So wipe out that first down reception.
You can almost tell sometimes by the area the flag is in who it's going to be against. I don't say all the time, but sometimes you can.
3 receivers to the right this time, 1 receiver to the left, wide side of the field. Throw it down the slot, and it's complete. First down, out to the 40-yard line. Damon Hill with the reception. Came in with 14 receptions for 193 yards. That'll give him 15 and over 200.
It's a pass I wish I would see
Set the
more
change.
teams use.
First down at the 39. This pass is complete to Becker.
Another first down.
Becker's out for 10-yard gain and another first down. So Doherty using a little tempo here, getting things going. Trailing by 7, but still early, midway through the first, 3:48 left. Siffert now with a design keeper, bounces it to the left, running hard, and he will get inside the 45 to the 43. It's a gain of 7. Will bring up 2nd and 3. Siffert last year had 33 rushes for 185 yards on the season with 3 touchdowns. So if you're going to lose your starting quarterback, it's nice to have a backup with some capabilities. And this is just straight bullhead football from the Spartans, and they bull it ahead down to the 32 for the first down. And that brings that Doherty crowd on the far side to life a little bit. Jet sweep action and getting tripped up. JT Axelrod, the 5'10 sophomore on the outside linebacker position, getting the credit for the stop there. No gain. 2nd and 10. Roll Siffert out to the left, sideline pass complete. And that is Unberhagen, the junior.
Is there a flag?
The officials are having a conversation. I don't see any yellow on the field.
There it is.
There it is.
And they're coming back. Let's see what Craig Council tells us.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense number 8 was covered. Replay 2nd down.
One of the big uglies getting a few yards downfield.
But he said number 8, who would be an eligible receiver, I would think.
Yeah, 8 would be Brandon Becker, who is a wide receiver.
We'll have to find out about that one at halftime.
2nd and 16 now for the Spartans. Pressure coming off the edge. Wide open in the seam is Becker. And Becker is inside, or check that, that is Becker down to the 19-yard line. Pitch and catch of 18 yards and another Doherty first down.
Oh, how'd he bounce out of that?
Siffert to the corner will get bumped out of bounds. Bryce Kubasta, the 5'6 senior, 150-pound cornerback, denying Siffert the end zone. But Siffert, we do have a flag back at the 25. If it stands, it's a gain of 17.
Face mask, defense.
It's going to stand. They're going to tack on some too. Well, okay,
Play is first down.
Penalty and take it. Watch this, partner. He got bottled up right here. That's a face mask right there, 74 in white, grabbing the face mask. He got bottled up there. He turned and came back the other way, and there was nobody home for a while there.
Logan Siffert, the face mask helped turn him around, and he turned it into a 1st and goal. Off the right-hand side. Touchdown for Damon Hill. And for Hill, that is rushing touchdown number 6 on the season. Scoring from a yard and bringing the Spartans within 1 at 2:16 to go. The Spartans go 71 yards with the drive. Gabrick Decker on for the extra point now. And Decker is up and good.
How about that?
We are tied 2:16 in the first quarter.
Bust this run off the right side there, partner, and that wasn't a tightening in position to deny him that end zone. He's spinning his way in. He was already in by the time he spun in, though.
Last chance for Jackson Muma, but Muma was not going to deny Hill.
That's not going to happen.
So the Spartans have answered. Last year, these two teams played. Legend got out to a 14-0 lead early. Doherty trimmed it to 14-10 at half, had to settle for a field goal right before the end of half. And then came out and got a touchdown in the third. And in the fourth quarter, they took the ball with 9 minutes on the clock, drove it 71 yards down for the score to seal things off. Left Legend just under 2 minutes to go. And this one is handled and muffed out of bounds by Shamby. Legend will start with it inside the 10-yard line, about the 9.
Wow. Special team coach is going to have a fit on that one, because if you're running toward that sideline like that with that much momentum, the last thing you want to do is catch the ball, because your momentum is taking you out of bounds anyway.
Doherty Shamby, who has a 50-yard return, puts his team in a little bit of a hole now, and with Doherty having a little bit of momentum, we'll see how they come out. Shoemaker goes into the shotgun. And whistle timeout taken. With 2:14 left to go in the first quarter here at Gary Berry Stadium, the Spartans call timeout. And Dwight Hale wants to talk to his defense here. We've got a good one, folks. Tied up at 7 here in week number 9. Legend 7-1, situated with the number 8 spot in the RPI rankings. So another top 10 team. The Spartans down at 1-7, number 31 in the RPI. But because of the way things are set up, there are 6 teams ahead of them in the RPI in one of the northern divisions, the Denver 10, I believe it is, that will not make the playoffs, even though their RPI would be ahead. So Doherty's sitting in that 24, 25, 26 period, or position. And a big win here would help the Spartans get one step closer to a playoff berth. Off the right-hand side is Rayrog, and he'll be out to the 15-yard line. That'll be a gain of 6 and bring up 2nd and 4.
It's one of those times when the schedule maker, you kind of wish that Fountain Doherty game is going to be here next week instead of down Fountain Fort Carson, but it'll be for something. Both teams looking for the playoffs.
Shotgun for Shoemaker, receiver left, receiver right. Load up that line, give it right up the middle to Rayrog, and he's off to the races. In pursuit and dragging him down at the 23-yard line.
No flags, partner.
So that play is going to go 57 yards for the first down. Rayrog last year had a 51-yard dash. This year he's got a 57-yard dash. And just like that, the Titans in position to answer.
And they got straight up to the line, too. They going fast break offense here.
1st and 10 at the Doherty 23-yard line. Logan Sifford for the Spartans, playing quarterback and playing safety, and that is going to be a delay of game penalty on. Did they get the timeout?
Yeah. You wonder if the coaches are paying attention to that, because in no way in the world you're going to get your guys to the line of scrimmage and then take that much time trying to call a play and let that clock run down like that. Got to be some bad communication somewhere on that chain.
Titans use their second timeout here in the first quarter. We'll see if that comes back to hurt them at all. Timeout, 1:01 on the clock in the first. We are tied up at 7. As you take a look inside the huddle of the Legend Titans and now into the huddle of the Doherty Spartans.
I've always been a big believer that timeouts in the first half are not that crucial. You can get away with using your timeouts this early if you're Legend in the first half. You don't want to do it in the second half, though. And you want to make sure that whatever you're doing doesn't carry over to the second half where you have to use timeouts like this.
First-year coach Dwight Hale talking to his guys in the huddle. Every possession between these two will be important. Receiver left, receiver right, tight end to the left. I formation. Give it to Eyes straight up the middle. And Eyes will pull some Spartans ahead for a gain of 5 down to the 18-yard line. Connor Eyes, the 5'10 junior, 116 attempts, 795 yards, 6.9 average. 9 touchdowns, 200-yard games on the year. Now offset Rayrog and Eyes, either side of Shoemaker. Give it to Rayrog. Doherty diving late like the ball was out, but Rayrog is stopped after a gain of 3. Bring up 3rd and 1, and that will be the last play of the first quarter as we are inside of 15 seconds. And the Legend coach is saying, come on, guys, we'll talk about it and switch ends of the field. So, partner, we weren't sure, looking at all the information we gathered over the course of the week, how this was going to play out, whether we were going to see another running clock with a 7-1 team taking on a 1-7 team. But after the first quarter, we have got a very entertaining ball game. We've seen plenty of punts, a drive each by both of these teams.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
And in total honesty, I have to say you called it a little better than I did, because I thought that Legend was going to be a little more, how should we say it?
Dominant
than this. I was trying to find the right word. Thanks, brother. But give Doherty some credit, because they came out here, pretty good defensive scheme so far, and turned this into a ball game. And their offenses looked real good tonight too.
We have talked to the statisticians for Legend, and we will get some halftime stats. But other than the one big run there by Rayrog for 57 yards, they've really kept he and Eyes in check. And Shoemaker's completed a couple of passes, but nothing to really rattle the cages. He had the Lilyhorn touchdown for 37 yards.
And give the Doherty coaches credit for that 5-man front they put up too.
3rd and 1, give it to Eyes. Eyes will spin ahead inside the 10, down to the 7 for the first down. Needed 1, picked up 7.
3rd and 1 advantage offense, because they could do almost anything on that kind of play, run or pass, and you got to be prepared for both if you're a defense. And we'll see if the Spartans can keep them out of the end zone now.
Just underway in the second quarter here on a Friday night from Gary Berry Stadium. Give it to Eyes, second man through. Eyes with great balance, works his way into the touchdown from 7 yards out. Touchdown number 10 for Connor Eyes on the year. And Legend is back on top. 11:49 into the second quarter.
Yeah, he just bounced off a few Doherty would-be tacklers on that one on his way to the end zone. It's the handoff here. Watch, he starts out going left, then got bounced right, and then the guys got turned around when he got hit too, and that bounce actually helped him get into the end zone. Extra point's good.
Garry with the extra point. Little trouble on the snap, I think, but a good job there by Jackson Warner, the senior, getting it set up for his kicker.
Well, let's see how the Spartans respond to that now. Had a Nice drive there by the Titans. It was something they needed after Doherty was able to run up and down the field and get that touchdown to tie up the game.
Both of these teams have had great success going up tempo.
And throwing into the middle of the field. Oh, the Titans have gone outside a couple more times than the Spartans have, but both of them have had pretty good success up the middle of the field too. Turning into an interesting football game, partner.
Just the way we like to spend our Friday nights.
Yes, indeed. Well, it beats a blowout, I'm going to tell you. You'd rather have these than blowouts any day. Unless, of course, a District 11 team is blowing somebody out. Then we're all for that.
That is the exception. Vari has it on the tee. Hill and Unberhagen stand back at their 5. This one comes down to Unberhagen at the 1. And he'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. Unberhagen getting his first kickoff returns of the year here tonight. So Doherty starts at the 20. 3 receivers this side. Throw it to Unberhagen on the receiver screen. No flag on the play. Gain of 7 will bring up 2nd and 3. And I mentioned no flag because Doherty's thrown that play twice and had a flag for a block downfield.
And they're going to ineligible downfield on one of them too. And I'm wondering if that guy wasn't covered up, which would make him ineligible. I'll check that at halftime. 2
receivers right, throwing it into the slot and a little bit behind the intended receiver for the Spartans. That is Campbell.
Oh, that play would have been nice if he had been accurate with that throw because he was open down that seam, and I think he might have ran a little bit had he caught that ball.
Jalen Campbell, the senior, was the intended receiver. Now 3 receivers to the right of the formation. And this is going to be a keeper for Logan Siffert. Student body right. Siffert around the corner and across the 35-yard line. They will spot him at the 36 with the Doherty first down.
You know, before the game, when you so astutely told me that this would be a pretty decent football game, I told you the one thing that concerned me about Legend was their team speed. I didn't think I saw a lot of it, and I'm not seeing a lot of it right now either.
Jet sweep motion, keeper by Siffert, and he'll get out to the 40 before he is drilled and pushed back by Muma.
Legend defense.
Pick up a 4 on the play, bring up 2nd and 6 for the Spartans.
Spartans are pushing around that Legend defense a little bit too. We'll keep an eye on that partner. Third, fourth quarter, see if it wears them down. Nice play that.
Getting only back to the line of scrimmage. Anatoni slow to get up for the Spartans. And I think that was Luke Sandy, big number 75 in your screen.
And he is big.
3rd and 6 now for the Spartans. 3 receivers to the left. And right down the seam for the first down, Unberhagen. Unberhagen shakes the tackle. Now cuts his field back. He'll be inside the 20. Muma brings him down with a little bit of help. But a big play for the Spartans. All the way inside the 20, and they're waiting for the ball to be spotted. It'll be spotted at the 17, so a pickup of 40 on the play. 9:58. And this time student body right for Siffert, or to the left. And he'll be ahead for a gain of 8 inside the 10-yard line. Doherty definitely wants to go up tempo after that big play.
Oh, yeah, and you saw the replay on that big play there. Nice run after the catch. Need some of that sometimes, too.
2nd and 3 for the Spartans. Quarterback keeper for Siffert. Little swim move against one of his linemen. He'll be ahead for a gain of just a yard. Womack and Axelrod in the vicinity for Legend. Now 3rd and 1 for the Spartans. Campbell in the backfield with Siffert. 2 receivers to the right. Give it to Campbell off the right-hand side. Campbell's ahead for the first down. He'll be just shy of the 5-yard line. Pickup of 3. And another Doherty first down as they look to answer that last drive by Legend.
Well, you got to be impressed with the way this offensive line has been handling that Titan defensive line at this point.
Vaudrin 6'2", 190. Sandy 6'3", 250. Womack 6'1", 210. And the Spartans are able to move the ball. This is a run-pass option kept by Siffert straight up the middle. Down to the 2-yard line. Pickup of 4. 8:32 to go before halftime. And the Spartans threatening once again. 2 receivers left with the wing. Put the jet sweep motion. Siffert keeping into the end zone. Touchdown Spartans. 8:18 on the clock, and we're a Decker extra point from tied once again.
Well, that's how you
80-yard drive for the Spartans.
That's how you answer a drive. You come down the field, and most of that was on the run, but that one big pass play. But Spartan offense is supporting that Spartan defense tonight. Extra points looks like it's good.
Decker up and true. 14-14 is our score. 8:18 to go before halftime. 3 minutes and 21 seconds is all it took the Spartans, 31 seconds, excuse me, to tie this game up after giving up the 92-yard drive to Legacy or to Legend.
Legacy, Legend, they got all those L's up there in Denver. But it's pretty good, impressive showing so far by the Spartans tonight, partner. I'm very, very impressed with what I'm seeing out of Doherty. And the question is, which defense is going to be able to stop the other offense? Because right now, neither one of them look like they can stop the other one.
We have seen 3 punts and a fumble, or check that, an interception. We've actually got a game with more touchdowns than punts combined. Decker has it on the tee at the 40. Ice and Shamby back. Shamby has it at the 5-yard line. This time gets it clean. Brings it up, bounces off the tackle outside the 25, and he will finally be brought down. That is Zach Bell, the senior, making the tackle. Return of 24 by Shamby, as they will spot the ball at the 34 for the Titans.
Good thing he did make that tackle, too. But there's a whole lot of green ahead of him had he not made that tackle.
So 29-yard return by Shamby, which is right at his average on the year of 28.8. I formation. Receiver left, tight end to the left. Back to pass is Shoemaker, pressure coming. Throws late down this left backside. And Escalante Garcia, time to get over and knock it away from Jared Whitaker. That play was very slow developing because of the pressure by the Spartans. Whitaker settled in on the sidelines, but Escalante Garcia had the chance and the speed to range back over and knock that away. 2nd and 10.
I think it was actually a broken play that they tried to make something out of. Good play by the Doherty defense.
Tight end, and now we're going to have motion go against the Titans. That is Lillyhorn, who has the touchdown. This time he costs his team 5. They'll spot it
after
back
the
to
penalty.
the 29
Brings up
and
first
be
and 15 from the
2nd and 15.
29-yard line.
Dowd split to the bottom or the left side of your screen. Lillyhorn to the right. Shoemaker under center this time. Fake it, little play action pass out into the flat, and that one is incomplete. Good coverage for the Spartans. And that is Dylan Crossett, the senior, ranging over, making the play. 3rd and 15 now.
That's Cossette's second great defensive play on the night, defending a pass.
Shoemaker will step into the shotgun. Rayrog to his left. 2 receivers out split to the left. Pressure coming for the Spartans as they set up the screen to Rayrog. Room to run. One man comes up and stops him short. Logan Siffert, the safety, comes up and denies Legend the first down. Rayrog got all of it but 3 yards back. Pick up 12 on the completion, but Dowd will come in to punt, and Unberhagen will drop back for the Spartans.
Are you a little surprised that he's not going for this right now, the way these offenses are playing right? Let's see if he's going to kick.
I don't know that you want to be the first one to make that mistake. Unberhagen lets this one go, hoping it rolls into the end zone.
Oh, boy.
And it's saved at the 1 and then touched and covered after the muff. Unberhagen went back, and now they're going to call it a touchback.
Oh, boy, was he late with that one?
And the Titans are pleading their case, a late call on the touchback.
They see the Spartan fans, Titan fans, excuse me, standing up. Boy, that was an awful late call. It might be the right call, but it was awful late. And if I was on that Titan sideline,
let's take a look at the. All it's got to do is touch any part of the yellow.
Right. And let's see. Up, 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 up.
It's at the depending on the shadow and our angle.
Up. Okay, he touched it while he was in the end zone.
The player that swatted it back was on the line. That makes it a touchback. Good call by the officials. Back to live action. Doherty with a quick pass to the right-hand side. And that is complete to Tice DeRubis, the senior. They're going to say DeRubis stepped out. Gain of 7 at the 27. This time, throw it to the outside to Unberhagen, and Unberhagen is going to get ushered out by Shamby, but not before he picks up 5 and a first down for the Spartans. 6:37 left to go before halftime. And the Spartans offense trying to feed off of the play of their defense, which has been exceptional tonight.
The offense hasn't been bad either.
Logan Siffert gets to the outside and gets out of bounds.
First down.
Siffert will be spotted at the 43-yard line, just enough to get the 10 yards to move the sticks.
Impressed with his vision tonight, the way he's seeing what's developing in front of him.
Give off the right-hand side. I believe that is Hill to the right side. Short gain, pickup of 2. Doherty quickly back to the line. This time split Hill to the left side. Empty backfield. Roll Siffert this way. Throw it to Becker. Becker fights his way out of the grasp of Muma, enough for a first down. Pickup of 9 down to the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Spartans as this drive continues midway through the second.
I like the game plan. I like the way the Doherty Spartans are moving their football right now.
Siffert dancing around in the backfield trying to escape trouble. Now he's just going to get to the sideline. Gets taken out right on the sidelines. The tackle, Alex Trujillo, the sophomore. It'll cost the Spartans 2, bring up 2nd and 12.
No count as a sack.
That one dangerously close to the sideline there. 3 receivers right for the Spartans. Back in the hurry up. 4-man coming and thrown down the seam. This one tipped. Could not be brought in down there. And that is Becker, Brandon Becker, the intended receiver.
I'll tell you what, the Spartans
Split the coverage. Siffert put it on his hands. He just couldn't haul it in. A little bit too tall.
They are taking their shots tonight. I like it.
3rd and 11 for the Spartans. Roll Siffert to the right. 3 men in the pattern.
Nice.
And this one is ruled out of bounds. He came down out of bounds.
Well, I think I'll give him the catch, though. Wait a minute.
I think I saw the incomplete. They went back to Becker, who's got some big catches tonight.
Okay.
And it will be 4th and 11. Decision time here now for Dwight Hale, the first-year Spartans coach.
I think he made it. He's sending out the punt team.
Brody Gish has been the normal punter, 22 for over 1,000 yards, but with the injuries, it'll be Unberhagen, who has 9 kicks with the punt earlier for 327 yards and a 40.9 average.
It took him a while to get
2
that
inside the 20.
Took him a while to get that punt team on. I hope nothing.
So if Unberhagen has and timeout called by Doherty before the kick gets away, but if Unberhagen has an average punt, you've pinned them inside the 5. What an exciting ball game we've got between Legend and the Doherty Spartans. 5:41 to go before the half, and we are knotted at 14. The offense is putting 2 nice drives together. Doherty went 80 yards following a 92-yard drive by Legend.
Mm-hmm. Should have another interesting game next week, partner, when Palmer offensive coordinator Jeremy Callum goes up against his old team, Vista Ridge, coming into Garry Berry to face the Palmer Terrors.
There you saw a shot of the Doherty special teams huddle as they come out.
Doherty had to take that time out. They were really confused on that. They only had 7 men out there at one point. You don't think they're going to try to fake here, do you?
Unberhagen gets it away. Fair catch called for. And a sliding grab at the 16-yard line. So punt of just 28, but fielded cleanly. Ben Rosenbaugh, the senior, handling the fair catch.
Well, both defenses did what they needed to do, stop the offenses, and we'll see what Legend can do.
Legend takes over at their 17, I formation. Shoemaker under center, tight end to the left. Rayrog bootleg action, looking for Dowd downfield. Dowd on the sideline. We've got a late flag at the line of scrimmage. Doherty saying incomplete. I did not see the officials call.
I think the official said the same thing.
Pass is incomplete. Flag on the play.
Legend's pointing at Doherty. Let's see what this is all about.
There is no flag on the play.
Okay.
So they'll pick up the flag. The ball was ruled incomplete. Dowd was the intended receiver, and I couldn't see from our position whether he got his toes down. It was a heck of an effort.
I'll go say a great effort.
Let's take a look at this right in front of the Legend bench.
Yeah. Well, the feet.
And he didn't hold the ball, it doesn't look
Yeah, I was
like.
going to say the feet were down. Didn't have control.
Yeah. 2nd and 10. Motion man is eyes.
Oh,
And
no.
ball on the ground, falling on it is Rayrog. A wayward pitch from Shoemaker, and that'll drop the Titans back inside the 10, back to the 9.
Oh, that had disaster written all over it. And they were lucky. Legend was lucky to be able to maintain possession on that one.
3rd and 18 for the Titans. 4:47 left to go before the half. If Doherty can hold here and force a punt, As Shoemaker's back now, dancing around for some pressure, thrown over the middle and complete for the first down out to the 39-yard line. With the catch, that is Littlejohn, who had the touchdown. And he has a 30-yard completion for a first down with another big catch.
Just entirely too much time to throw on that play, partner. He had time to look over the whole field. Finally settled down to the middle of the field and got his first down.
They'll mark it at the 38, make it a 29-yard reception. Shoemaker back in the shotgun. Now he'll come up under center. Under 5 seconds to get the snap off. They do. Fake the handoff to Eyes. Pressure coming on Shoemaker again. Shoemaker rolling, looking for Littlejohn. This one almost intercepted, but the players will be out of bounds. Good coverage down there by Crossett. Dylan Crossett in coverage. Lillehorn was the intended receiver.
I called his name a couple of times tonight, partner. He's back there playing this whole football game. Flying around from his safety position, making
Dylan
plays.
Crossett, a couple weeks ago when we had the Spartans last, was playing outside linebacker, but they have moved him back into the defensive backfield.
It's a lot more comfortable back there, too.
2nd and 10, receiver left, receiver right, shotgun for Shoemaker. Fake it to Eyes, throw it out in the flat to Eyes. Eyes will make a nice spin move to get around the tackle. He'll pick up 11 and enough for a first down out to the 48-yard line.
I'll tell you what, that Legend crowd is pretty boisterous too, partner.
They are supporting their boys tonight. 4:10 left to go before half. We are knotted at 14. Legend looking to take a lead. Pitch it left to Rayrog, weaving through some traffic down the sideline, and he'll be pushed out of bounds close to the 40-yard line.
I see a flag
on the play.
And that might be coming back because that's holding area.
It's usually a block in the back or holding.
Be from the spot of the foul, so they'll still pick up about 3 yards.
Enzo Ivari, the field goal kicker and kickoff specialist for the Titans. 1 of 2 field goals this year.
Offense number 10. 10 yards.
So there you see the Lillehorn with the hold. Move the ball back. 1st and 5, ball at the 47-yard line. But Ivari, the 33-yard, is his only make on the year. 3:48 to go.
Say something
half.
Say something after this play, partner, about that penalty.
5-man front for the Spartans, and they look hungry to be coming. And they bring an extra man from the outside, throwing down the seam. 2 men there, neither can get to it. Lillehorn and Dowd were in the area. And incomplete. Out of the hands of Shoemaker. It'll be 2nd and 5.
It looked like both of them thought the ball was going for the other guy, and neither one of them made a real good effort to go and get it. My point I was going to make on that penalty, sure, you lose 10 yards from the spot wherever you stop, but you got 1st and 5 now instead of 1st and 10. I just don't get that.
Second and 5. Run around to Rayrog. He brings it back to the middle. Flag flies late. He'll be brought down at the 45. Just a gain of 2 on the play.
That's from the referee too, so that's going to be holding, I think, on Legend.
Holding. Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
And of course,
replay
the
2nd
Legend
down.
crowd is just thrilled at that call.
So move the ball back to the 41 of the Titans. 3:36 left on the clock. All the stoppages for penalties and incomplete passes. If Doherty can get a big stop here, maybe a turnover, there's time for them to move down and give Decker a chance for a field goal. Big 2nd and 18 here. Shoemaker back. Max protect. Backs out into the flat. And juggled, and it can't be brought in on the far side. That is Lillyhorn. Good effort, but Sifford out there in coverage for the Spartans.
I was going to say, give Sifford a lot of credit on that because he broke that up. He might have been able to catch it off the rebound. Sifford went up and knocked that away from him.
Logan Sifford has played defensive back and quarterback for a couple of years now for the Spartans. Was the starting quarterback as a sophomore for the Spartans. It's been fun to watch most of these seniors for the Spartans play for the last couple of years. Max protects. Spartans bringing some pressure, chasing Shoemaker down the sideline for Dowd.
Incomplete.
And it bounces in about the 45 of the Spartans. 3:12 on the clock, 4th and 18 for the Titans. Punt time. Unberhagen will drop back. Good return here. Dowd will step back looking to get one off. Averaging 40 yards a kick. He needs a little bit more than that on this one. Good pressure by the Spartans.
He got it too.
And a fair catch called for by Unberhagen at the 16-yard line. Good kick by Dowd, Blake Dowd, the 6'4", 170-pound junior. And the defensive partner have come to play.
Yeah, these last couple of series they certainly have. And 3:05, and here's the big thing for Doherty. If they can get something here, field goal, touchdown, they get the ball to start the second half also. That's big time momentum shift if they can make this happen.
Last year up at Legend, Legend led 14-10 before Doherty answered with 2 touchdowns in the second half. Sifford can't find anybody downfield. He'll tuck it up, get what he can, run out of bounds. They'll spot him at the 25. Pickup of 7 on the play, bring up 2nd and 3. Clock stop, 3 minutes to go. Now a pass into the seam to the slot man Hill, and he is stood up at the 38, but it'll be enough for a first down. Pickup of 13 for the Spartans. Decker, 2 of 3 on his field goals, has a long of 45. Set up the wide receiver screen for Unberhagen. Blocking, great blocking. Unberhagen making a couple miss. And he'll be inside the 40 with another Doherty first down. This will go for 22 yards and the first down.
And the Legend defenders are now walking around with their hands up like they're saying, what are we doing? We don't know what we're doing out here with this offense that they're running.
Kubasta with the tackle for Legend. 4-man, bringing the
Got
pressure.
him.
Wide open was Becker. Wide open on the sideline, but the throw was too far outside and he couldn't make the adjustment. That had 6 all over it, but Sifford unable to make the connection.
Boy, if they could have read that, if he would have turned that back inside toward the hash marks, that would have been easy 6.
Ball at the 39, 2nd and 10. Sifford rolling out, now throws incomplete, intended for Becker at the 25-yard line. Good coverage back there by Axelrod. 3rd and 10. Doherty needs the 28 to give Decker a chance to match his longest field goal. No wind out there tonight at all.
None. Old Glory just laying there.
A first down would put the Spartans in field goal range. Question is, if you come up short, do you go for it?
He snapped.
On 4th. Throw the middle screen. It's complete. Nice stutter move out there. And the Spartans hurt themselves almost. Becker with the completion. And as the Spartans were trying to tug him forward for the first down, the ball came out. But they were able to get on top of it. But they will mark the ball back to the spot of the fumble.
I think that's first down anyway.
Well, now that's what they're looking at. They're going to take an official's timeout to bring in the chains. The ball just shy of the 29. The Spartans need the 29 for the first down. And we have got an injured Titan back getting tended to. And we hope when they move the leg like that it's usually just cramps. Let's hope that's all it is.
I think that's Blake Dowd too, partner. If that's him, that's double trouble for them because he's their punter.
He's their punter and one of their leading receivers tonight. One of their leading receivers on the year.
Looking at that knee area. Let's see. Is that Dowd? No,
No,
it's not
that is
Dowd.
not. That is
Garrett Womack.
Garrett Womack, yeah. The 6'1", 210-pound senior getting up, coming off under his own power. So good news for Legend. Get your defensive end. Looks like he'll be back in. He'll have to come out and sit at least a play.
Yeah, whatever it is, he's trying to shake it off. And
he's dancing around pretty good there. Don't know if it's a jig or just what, but as you get a look at the Doherty huddle here. Doherty was short by just inches. Ball just outside the 29-yard line. And decision time for first-year coach Dwight Hale. Offense is on the field.
yeah, I don't think there's no decision at all here. You go for this.
2:01 or 2:08 left to go. Tied at 14.
Get your quarterback under center and just have that line just fire out and see if you can get an inch.
Well, Luke Sandy, the 6'3", 250-pound sophomore, is on the other side of the center.
Oh, boy.
Delayed handoff and the first down. Tackle made out there by Axelrod. But that will move the chains. Ball down to the 26-yard line for the Spartans. They got 3 on, I believe that was Hill on the carry. 3 receivers to the left. Bring Siffert this side with all that blocking. And ball comes loose. At the 20, the Titans are on top of it. The recovery made out there by Cameron Smith, the 6'4", 235-pound senior. Last year, he led the team in tackles with 85 and had a fumble recovery. Well, he's got his first fumble recovery of this year, and it's a huge one. It comes at the 20 as Doherty had just picked up a first down and was driving. That is the second turnover for the Spartans tonight.
Yeah, Melo Castro, number 19 for Legend, put his helmet right on that football, and the combination of that and an extremely hard hit caused that ball to come out.
1:53 on the clock. 5-man front for the Spartans. Shoemaker back, pressure coming. The ball is away. Great adjustment, but are they going to call offense? They're going to call pass interference. Now the pass is incomplete. The intended receiver out there was Blake Eyes, or check that, Connor Eyes. But there was a lot of contact in Eyes. They might get this offensive.
Well, no, it's going to be defensive pass interference. Trust me on that. Right here is where the interference takes place. I'm interested in seeing the end of this play part.
Pass interference. Defense. 15 yards from the previous spot. Result is first down.
Bounce. Okay, never mind.
Connor Eyes unable to hang on to it. But they will mark off the penalty yardage. Spot the ball at the 35-yard line.
I'm chuckling, partly, because the Legend folks are down there
screaming for a spot foul.
A spot foul, and that's where they pay for play, guys.
So first down for Legend by penalty. They have the ball at the 37 or 35-yard line. Pressure coming. Shoemaker throws it out into the flat, intended for Lillihorn. Incomplete. Was that Garcia out in coverage?
He might have got away with one, too.
2nd and 10. 1:38 to go on the clock.
There's that Legend huddle. Ready to go.
14-14 inside of 2 minutes till halftime on an exciting Week 8 game or Week 9 game. Pressure coming from the Spartans, and Shoemaker rolls out and just throws it into his own bench to get rid of it.
That's good play.
Spartans out there. That was Curtis Jock, the senior, getting a start tonight at outside linebacker, and it will be 3rd and 10. 1:31 to go. Three wides to the left for Legend. Rayrog in the backfield to the right of Shoemaker in the shotgun. Shoemaker will shift Rayrog to the other side. Leaks out late in the pattern. There is a completion to Dowd, but Dowd sliding to get it at the 40-yard line. Pickup of 5, and it will be 4th and 5.
See if they choose to punt this football. I think you almost have to.
1:08, 1:07, and counting.
Well, he's going to go.
Here before half.
He's going to go. Maybe he feels like it won't be enough time for Doherty to do anything on offense, even if they don't get it. But we'll see if this is the right call.
4th and 5. Doherty backs off to a 4-man front. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Legend. And the 3rd and final timeout called by Monty Thielen. 42.2 on the clock as you see the Titans come to the near side to talk to their special teams coach and get their instructions.
Now, I didn't understand the strategy when it happened, but I think what he wanted to do all along was just take that 30 seconds off the clock, 35 seconds off the clock, and then call a timeout and see what he really wanted to do, give him a chance to think about it. And now he's going to punt. So I think that was his strategy all along, and if it was, good call by the coaches down there. I didn't even think about it, to be honest with you.
Bill Belichick-esque with the thinking by the coaching staff for Legend.
Yeah, good job by the Legend coaching staff on that one, I think.
Because now by the time you get the playoff, and depending on the return, you'll have left the Spartans about 30 seconds, and hopefully Dowd gets a 40-yard punt off, which is his average, and no return.
You wouldn't fake here, would you?
I wouldn't think so. Spartans thinking about it. Unberhagen picks it up at the 20, breaks through the first wave and blocking downfield, and Dowd stops him at the 47-yard line. 29 seconds left to go. The Spartans near midfield at the 48. Let's see if they can pick up the 30 yards they need to give Decker the opportunity for a field goal.
Oh, that was almost disaster. That was almost disastrous for Legend.
Return of 28. Get it to Umberhagen, who has the hot hand, and he will be brought down there by Cameron Smith.
Are they going to give it to him? No.
No. Second and 1, 21.6.
Timeout, Doherty.
Timeout, Doherty. Legends fans were turning around to us, yelling to start the clock. It's like, folks, we don't have the controls.
Well, they're right next door to us. The timekeeper is right next to us. But you're right, partner. They might think that we have something to do with that. I think there might be some home cooking going on here.
So here you go, 2nd and 1. It's a situation, 21.6 on the clock. You have a timeout left. You need 50 yards, or you need 15 yards, excuse me, to get Decker in position to match his longest attempt. Anything more than that makes it an easier field goal attempt. So we'll see how Doherty plays this out, looking to take a lead into halftime.
Well, that was a good shot of the Doherty huddle, partner, because there was an Air Force jacket in that huddle. Got to get my Air Force plug here.
Siffert comes to the line. He'll get in the shotgun, just a 3-man rush. Roll Siffert out to the right. Out on the sideline, completion is made at the 36-yard line, quickly out of bounds, saving the timeout.
Getting close.
And that is Unberhagen with the catch. That's enough for the first down. New set of downs, 15.9 on the clock.
Getting close.
The 28 would make it a 45-yard field goal, matching the longest by Decker on the year. This time, they'll put the 3 receivers to the wide side of the field, the left side. And are they resetting the clock a little bit? Is that what I heard?
Well, they better hurry and snap this thing because they got about 1 second, and they got it off.
Siffert steps up, stays behind the line, down inside the 20 to the 19. Unberhagen with another catch. Doherty to the line already. It's a gain of 16, but they've got to wait for the chains to get set. 7.7 on the clock.
Why would you run a play here? Just call your time. Well, we get it to the middle of the field, maybe.
Get it to the middle of the field and take one shot at the end zone. Nope. And Siffert just clocks it to stop the clock. 3.9 on the clock, and here comes the field goal unit. And Gaborik Decker will be looking at approximately a 36-yard kick from the left hash. Siffert will be the holder. Decker lines it up. No wind to speak of. Old Glory on the north end is still. And this one's blocked. Knifing through and getting the block was Kubasta. And picking the ball up, still on his feet. They're playing a lateral game, are the Titans. And that is it, as they're knocked out of bounds inside the 25.
Flag down, partner.
Bryce Kubasta, the 5'6", 150-pound senior, comes off the right edge. But we do have a flag at the 46-yard line.
If it's on Legend and the half is over, if it's on Doherty, it's a 1 untimed down. Let's see what happens here. I'm talking about it.
The flag sits at the 46. The officials are hovered at the 41.
A long time talking about this one. Let's see what Craig Cox and his crew come up with.
What an exciting first half here at Gary Berry Stadium. We weren't sure what we were going to bring you tonight with the 1-7 versus 7-1 record, but it has been a toe-to-toe slugfest, and they are now talking to Dwight Hale, who looks like he will decline this penalty. We'll wait for official word.
During the return, illegal blindside block, Legend. That penalty is declined.
So Craig Cox
at half
that the penalty was declined, and we're going to go to halftime of a very, very entertaining football game, partner.
Blocked field goal. We've seen an interception and a fumble, 2 turnovers by the Spartans, and 2 touchdowns by each team. A very exciting game. We will go to half here on senior night for the Spartans. Tied at 14. Invite you back or stay with us. The second half is coming up, and if it's anything like the first half, and we expect it might be, it's not going to be one you're going to want to miss. We'll see you in a little bit here on the District 11 channel.
Education is one of those things that really, it starts at the beginning with your families and the connections that you make. And I was blessed enough to come from a family that's very positive, and they love education. My mother works in this district. I have grandparents that work in the district. And then I graduated from Doherty in 2009. And so I really feel like I have that morale to boost with this district. I had originally gone to school for psychology, and I was very interested in neuroscience and the brain and the medical aspect of things. And the more I got into the medical world, I saw all these different individuals that were just struggling with life's day-to-day challenges. Nothing huge or drastic, not these big mental health issues that a lot of people think when they think of counseling, but rather those adjustments of the daily living and what everybody goes through.
She's always looking to make situations better. She works with PBIS in our school and is a huge change agent for that as well. I love working with Brooke because I know that my kids are always going to be listened to, cared for, and she gives her whole heart to them.
She is an amazing counselor. She works with our community, with our teachers, and with our students to help with any mental health issues or any of our supports throughout the community. She connects resources to families, and she does all of this with a smile.
One of the biggest roles of a school counselor is working and collaborating with everybody in the building. And to rely on one person in the building with support of others was a huge task to manage. And I just really want to thank the community for passing that MLO. I think with that MLO passing, we were able to have an additional mental health person in our school. And so not only do we have the expertise of a school counselor, but now we have that expertise of a psychologist in the district, specifically in our own school, which hasn't happened for a long time, having two people there to support all needs of the students.
Hello everyone, my name is Michael Thomas and I am the Superintendent of Colorado Springs School District 11. I want to invite you to join me on November 14th at the warehouse beginning at 4:30, where I will be the featured speaker for the Colorado Springs Business Journal's CEO series. That evening, you're going to learn how in District 11 we are preparing students for college, career, and life readiness. I want to invite you to be a part of the conversation as District 11 begins its new life cycle to be a new and improved opportunity for preparing our future business leaders here in Colorado Springs. I want to thank you in advance and welcome you to that conversation and look forward to engaging with our community. Thank you so much. See you soon. Hello everyone, my name is Michael Thomas and I am the Superintendent of Colorado Springs School District 11. I want to invite you to join me on November 14th at the warehouse beginning at 4:30, where I will be the featured speaker for the Colorado Springs Business Journal's CEO series. That evening, you're going to learn how in District 11 we are preparing students for college, career, and life readiness. I want to invite you to be a part of the conversation as District 11 begins its new life cycle to be a new and improved opportunity for preparing our future business leaders here in Colorado Springs. I want to thank you in advance and welcome you to that conversation and look forward to engaging with our community. Thank you so much. See you soon.
So I'm going to connect it up to my force band right here on my wrist. Ready? Come on back. So see how I'm using the chords?
During my 10 years as an LPE here at Queen Palmer, I've had various presenters come in. Usually it's been an author or a poet. But when I was at the Challenger Learning Center for a teacher workshop this summer, I found out that Adam Wilson, who is the inventor of BB-8 for Star Wars and the Sphero robot, actually lived in Colorado.
So the company I started was Sphero. We make app-enabled robotics. We're using them to help kids learn STEAM and STEM concepts through programming and coding.
Okay, so what is Sphero? We are the #1 connected play company in the world. And what that means is we make amazing robots and toys that connect up to your iPhone or your Android or your smartphone.
Today the kids are going to see us use app-enabled robotics, and they're going to learn a little bit about how I developed the company and developed the product, and sort of the lessons that we learned all along the way that really helped us build the company, from mentorship to reaching for the stars and doing what you love.
You guys think I just knew how to do that all by myself?
For me personally, coming out and talking to kids this age and getting this group of kids excited about just STEM, STEAM, robots, really just anything, it really warms my heart up, because there were people who did this for me when I was a kid. I remember people coming to my school and showing us that they were working on the set of some film or what they were doing, and it always inspired me to give back.
You have to dream even bigger than you could ever imagine. And for us, reaching for the stars was working with somebody like Disney.
So today at Queen Palmer, we were just really thrilled to have this opportunity for our students to be able to have a very engaging, motivational opportunity to see how the Sphero is working. One of our missions and visions here at Queen Palmer is to actually have a Sphero club here after school to help support our students with coding, mathematics and science, as well as that opportunity to allow those kind of thinking outside the box, learning characteristics to help our students kind of dream for the future, think for the future.
My hope is that by bringing in outside sources, our kids can realize that there's more than just Colorado Springs, that there's a whole wide world out there, and I want to give them dreams and hopes and aspirations.
Attention D11 students and families. I want to remind you where I come from, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Moving forward, all snow days, 2-hour late starts, canceled. But seriously, we produce this video so you can better understand the process D11 goes through when deciding to call an inclement weather day.
The district wants to assure you that the safety of our students, staff, and families is top of mind when we make the difficult decisions about school closings, early safety dismissals, and delayed safety starts. Sudden weather changes are part of what we expect in Colorado. To help us ensure the safety of our students to the best of our abilities, School District 11 has appointed supervisory personnel to drive sections of the district during a storm. We assign the driving sections because, as we all know, the weather at Doherty High School can be totally different from the weather at Chipeta Elementary School. The supervisory personnel report on weather and road conditions, especially noting poor visibility, poor traction, and other hazardous street conditions, as well as wind chill factors and snow accumulation. These on-the-street supervisors report their findings, and the superintendent is briefed on the conditions. We evaluate the conditions, and further driving reviews and conversations may occur. The employee reports are used in addition to the reports from the National Weather Service, Colorado Springs Street Division, and in coordination with neighboring school districts. All of this usually begins the night before a storm is predicted and is accomplished by 5:30 a.m. so that the decision may be reported. After all the data is examined, a decision is made for either a delayed start, school closure, or school as usual. All D11 families and staff receive notification of the decision via email, text if you've opted in to receive text from the district, and an app push notification on the D11 loop, as long as your contact information is up to date in the Q Student Information System. You can also check for closures and delays on the D11 website at www.d11.org or Comcast Channel 16, Falcon Broadband Channel 73, CenturyLink Channel 8004, and for a recorded message by calling 520-2000 or 520-2300. We also communicate the decision on our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter feeds, as well as with the local media.
I want to remind you that I'm a father of 2 daughters, and it is important to remember that you as a parent make the final decision concerning the safety of your child. If you think the conditions are unsafe when the district keeps schools open, you may keep your child at home. But please remember to follow the proper procedures by calling your child's school to report the absence, and it will be excused. Thank you so much.
From 1983 to 1987, the Colorado State Teachers Award honored teachers throughout Colorado, including many from School District 11. In 1988, the Colorado State Teachers Award was discontinued, but the El Paso Council PTA came together to create a new program in honoring teaching excellence. Since 1987, the Crystal Apple Teacher Award program has honored teaching excellence. The program is a tribute to quality teaching and provides outstanding examples to our youth who may be considering teaching as a vocation. The Crystal Apple recipients represent the diversity of School District 11, from the courses and grades they teach, years of experience, and even their unique backgrounds. To all teachers, parents, principals, and colleagues, we are all involved in one of the most challenging, frustrating, yet most gratifying occupations on earth. Every teacher in every building deserves praise and recognition. But is there someone you know who has that inner fire, that selfish dedication and devotion that sets them even the tiniest bit apart? We encourage you to nominate them for the Crystal Apple Award.
I don't know what to say. It's just, I'm doing what I love the best, and it's great to have recognition for it, but it's what I love and what I've always loved my whole life, and they're the best, so thank you.
The nomination process will include a nomination book to clearly and precisely answer the 3 nomination questions with a maximum of 40 pages. The Crystal Apple Award is a great honor and recognition. Each year, friends, family, students, and colleagues are invited to support and honor their teacher at the Crystal Apple Awards dinner. An exciting evening to meet and hear the stories of our Crystal Apple Award recipients.
I honestly, I can't tell you how proud I am to be able to get this award. It's very honorable, and it's an admirable award, and I really appreciate the fact that everybody comes to this thing and supports the people that are involved.
It's humbling to stand before you and receive an award because I teach in a school where there are so many outstanding teachers, and I believe that all of them deserve a Crystal Apple.
For more information on nomination guidelines and processes, please visit our website.
I'm so excited to be here today to talk about our brand new playground, the Will Rogers Wilderness. 4 years ago, our school began the quest to bring a brand new playground to our students, our staff, and our families in the Rogers neighborhood. We've worked really hard over those years. We obtained grant money from the Colorado Health Foundation and from GOCO to fund this project. We were excited to bring a groundbreaking ceremony out to our community back in May to get started on the construction. Today we are here to hold a ribbon cutting ceremony to officially open the Will Rogers Wilderness to our Rogers families.
And back to Gary Berry Stadium for the second half between the Legend Titans and the Doherty Spartans. We are tied up at 14, which is a little bit of a surprise, to be honest. We weren't sure what to expect. Legend 7-1, Doherty 1-7, fighting for the slimmest of playoff opportunities. And both defenses have been really good. Both offenses have mounted a couple drives apiece. And we are underway. This one skips in at the 5 and trying to find his blockers on the right-hand side. Good return. 21 yards for the Spartans before he's ushered out of bounds, and that is Unberhagen. And the Spartans will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, might be a baseball scout or two looking at that. Did a nice short hop catch. Got upfield. Let's see. I was mentioning at halftime, partner, interesting conversation must have taken place in both locker rooms. I think both teams might be a little bit happy where they are. Yeah, we got a flag
and the
already.
Officials stopping things up. I noticed the play clock in the end zone are misfunctioning, and they are dark.
Yeah.
And
so they can keep
Monty Thielen out to talk to one of the officials.
And keep the time on the field now.
Siffert with the keeper around the left-hand side trying to catch the corner. And he will run out of bounds. Little to no gain on the play. Might have actually lost a yard as they move the ball back to the 25-yard line.
Doherty.
So Logan Siffert with a loss of 1 on the keeper.
Doherty may have gotten away with a block in the back.
Doherty starting with the ball, and what a bigger possession this would have been had the fantastic Bryce Kubasta not blocked the field goal for the Titans. It was going to be a 36-yard attempt for the Spartans, but Kubasta came off the right side and blocked it. Otherwise, the Spartans would be looking to build on a 3-point lead, but not to be here as we get underway in the second half. Hill in the backfield, now spread him out to the left side. Dump it off to him at the last minute. See what he can get. He's out across the 30 before he is brought down. And he is out to the 33-yard line. Pick up of 5. That's going to bring up 4th and 5. And punt time coming up for the Spartans. And Berhagen needs to flip the field here for the Spartans.
This is where your punter becomes very important. Help you get this thing, keep the momentum on your side here in this second half. Nice kick.
Shoemaker back, but this one is fielded. And breaking tackles and down the near sideline, keeping his feet in bounds, spinning around. That is Connor Eyes. And Eyes with a big return all the way inside the Doherty 40-yard line down to the 38.
It was a good kick, but the return was even better.
And for Connor Eyes, that is his first punt return. So now we will see how the Legend halftime talk was. First time either team has started in the opponent's end of the field tonight. Swing it out in the backfield to Rayrog. And Rayrog is ahead down inside the 25. Pickup of 13 on the play.
It was actually a backwards pass, too. And get some good mileage out of that play.
So 2 receivers to the left. Shoemaker in the shotgun. Rayrog to his right. Now bring motion. Fake the jet sweep. Give it to Rayrog. Off the left-hand side. He'll be ahead for a gain of about 5. Ball down to the 18-yard line. Legend quickly back to the line, wanting to run up-tempo. Both teams had good success with up-tempo. Now a little bit of confusion for Doherty as Legend goes 3 wide to the right. Doherty making the adjustments. Shoemaker in the backfield. 2 tight end set, throw it out to Rayrog. Cuts it back into the middle of the field, inside the 5-yard line. And Rayrog down to the 3, picked up 15 on the little swing pass. Just load up that right side with blockers and flip it out there.
Nice running catch on that play. And the clocks are working in the end zone again, partner. So whatever the malfunction was has been cleared up.
8:50 to go here in the third quarter, tied at 14. Legend trying to get back on top. Give it to Eyes. Eyes will dance around the left-hand side and into the end zone from 4 yards out. 8:40 on the clock. And Connor Eyes, the junior, in for the touchdown. That is his second touchdown of the night. The first one came from 7. This one comes from 3. And that is number 11 on the year for Eyes. Avari on for the extra point. It is up and good, no problem. No problem with the snap and hold on that one. They had a little bit of trouble earlier, and he was able to connect. So just like that, 8:40 in the third, and Legend back on top, 21-14.
Well, I was saying at halftime, Legend had to feel pretty good about coming on the road and going in tied at 14. Doherty had to also feel pretty good about what they were able to accomplish. And so now we'll see how the Spartans respond to this touchdown by Legend.
Well, Legend was first on the board at 7:57 of the first quarter as Shoemaker hit Lillyhorn for 27 yards and have already had the extra point after driving from the Doherty 26 after the interception, after they had pinned Doherty. But then Doherty came right back, and Hill capped off the 71-yard or 81-yard drive with a 1-yard touchdown at 2:16 to go in the first quarter. So we've been back and forth tonight. Let's see the Doherty answer. This taken at the 10. Straight up the middle in a big hole, foot race.
There's an answer.
This is
Underhagen. Never going to catch him.
Looking to make it a 90-yard kickoff return. He gets tripped up inside the 5-yard line. Making the tackle. Touchdown savings was Melo Castro, the sophomore defensive back.
I'm going to give him some credit because I didn't think he had a prayer to catch him on that play. And he turned the jets on and was able to stop him at the 2-yard line. First and goal, Spartans.
Underhagen received that one at the 10. They spot it at the 2. 88-yard kickoff return for Underhagen. First and goal for the Spartans. Bring in the motion. Jet sweep fake straight up the middle. Logan Siffert into the end zone for the Doherty touchdown. So it takes Doherty 19 seconds to answer, partner.
Does that even count as a drive?
Yes, it does. Logan Siffert from 2 yards out. And we are a Gaboric Decker extra point. There you see the fake. Now, was that, I want to take a look at that. Was that Siffert or Becker?
That was Siffert. I thought
it was Siffert.
Mm-hmm.
6 or 8. And the Decker kick is up and good. We are knotted at 21, just like that, folks. I hope you had a chance to get back with that cup of hot cocoa and didn't miss anything there.
Hey, guys, can you roll that one more time? I think the big guy might be right. That might have been 8. Let's see who that was that scored that touchdown, if we can, while we got a minute.
Number's a little tough to see down there, and so I was trying to go by stature. And Brandon Becker, who has filled in at that quarterback spot for running situations, a little more body mass to be thrown around the biggins.
Okay.
So we will have the guys in the truck check on that if they can.
The bottom line, though, partner, great answer by the Spartans.
Great and quick answer by the Spartans.
Yeah, let's see what we got here. We have got
into the mess. Can't really see, but going against the stature, I think it was Becker instead of Siffert.
Yeah.
And now here comes Legend with a big return of their own. And 21 on 21. The tackle is made by Escalante Garcia on the return by Shamby. But Shamby is all the way out to the 43-yard line. Good starting position for Legend.
Oh, this reminds me just of a good boxing match where both the boxers are good and they can trade punches, but neither one of them can knock the other guy out. This is just good stuff here.
This is very entertaining high school football here in week 9 of the season. Pressure coming on Shoemaker, and he's just going to wheel out and throw it into the bench. Nice catch by Monty Thielen, his head coach down there.
Oh, Monty said, I still got the hands. He didn't talk much before the game, but he sure got some hands.
Walking out to talk to his quarterback. I don't know why. It was a pretty good thrown ball. Just had to throw it away with the pressure. Great pressure by this Doherty defense.
Oh, give this Doherty defense credit. They played themselves a football game tonight, buddy.
Anton Gilly, the junior, busting through there in the nose guard position. Rotating in that 5-man line for the Spartans. 2nd and 10. Shoemaker back. Quick throw in the slant. And he's got Dowd. Dowd's got the first down at the 43 of the Spartans. He'll fall forward to the 42. That is a pickup of 15 and a first down for Legend.
I've always thought that play was available at the high school level. It's a pitch and catch with the quarterback. You get somebody on the hash marks and just go up the seam. I don't know why more offensive coordinators don't use that play.
Well, a lot of offensive coordinators need a big body tight end, and those kids are dime a dozen when they come back. And this one's almost intercepted. Almost intercepted by the Spartans. And that was Rory Brown. Good job breaking that ball up by the
Jackson Warner
Titans. That was Jackson Warner, the senior, keeping possession for his team.
Coaches might want to consider putting him in that defensive backfield the way he played that ball. He did a pretty good job of defending that.
2nd and 10 for the Spartans. 2 receivers split to the right. Now Eyes back in motion towards the backfield. It's a jet sweep. Eyes in trouble, able to run away from the first man, but the second man there to make the stop. Up for the Spartans was Joshua Pacheco, the cornerback. Actually, Pacheco's an outside linebacker, my apologies. But a nice tackle, stringing that out. 3rd and 8 from the 40.
There you go. That's the bottom line, partner. A great defensive play to string it out and then come up to make the tackle.
Connor Eyes running that little jet sweep. 3 receivers to the right now on 3rd and 8 for Legend. Knotted at 21 here. More pressure coming on Shoemaker. He'll throw it late to Rayrog. Rayrog in for the first down, and he will be ushered out of bounds deep downfield. Inside the 25-yard line at the 23. Pick up of 17 on the play, and a first down for Legend.
Well, Shoemaker's been running for his life this series, but he's making some good decisions once he gets out.
Jared Bildstein, the 5'11", 237-pound junior for the Spartans, all the way downfield, making that tackle. Double tight end formation now. Give it to Eyes. Eyes dances, looking for a seam, breaks through the line, looking for the hat trick, and Connor Eyes in for touchdown number 3 on the night, 12 on the year. And just like that, Legend answers, 6:41 to go.
You know, we've been talking about good old-fashioned Western shootouts for a while, and we finally got one. I score, you score. I score, you score. I like this. This is good fun. This is fun here.
27-21, pending the extra point.
Monty, the Legend coaches want to talk about something here. I don't know what it is.
And here is the replay of that run, breaking tackles.
Stiff arm right there, didn't quite extend until the late. But
and diving, reaching the ball across before he can be brought down. I'm not sure what the
discussion was about.
Discussion is.
Well, here it is.
During play, illegal participation.
Illegal participation on Doherty. Must have had too many men on the field. So they'll tack that on the kickoff.
Well, that makes the Eyes run that much more impressive that Doherty had an extra man and still couldn't bring him down. 3rd touchdown of the night for Connor Eyes.
I snapped. Did he get it down? Nope.
And no, the extra point is no good.
Got an injured Spartan partner, I think.
One of the Spartans that got in and in the vicinity of the kicker. And he is very slow to get up.
In fact, he has not
waiting for the help.
Oh, there we go. Now
he'll get up.
Gonna need to be helped off though. Look at the ankle maybe.
Austin Isaacs, the senior, limping off, favoring that right ankle. So the extra point is no good. 27-21. Really the first breakdown in the scoring tonight. We'll see how big that comes up later.
And that could be huge though, partner, because
if we keep trading touchdowns the way we are, and Doherty makes their extra points and takes the lead, the next time down, Legend is almost forced to go for 2 at some point to make up that extra point.
That's fact.
So they will tack the penalty on before the kick. The ball is spotted at the 45. Avari, I was watching him in the pregame warm-up, and he was putting them through the end zone from this distance, kicking to the north. And plenty of leg there for a touchback.
Yeah,
but 6:41 of the 3rd, do you?
Nah.
You don't go for the onside kick?
Nah, I don't even consider it. I have too much momentum right now. And I'm going to make them start from their 20, and I'm going to.
That's exactly what he does. Puts it through the end zone, picks up the tee, and comes over to his sideline. But what a night for Connor Eyes and the offense. This junior running back. 3 touchdowns on the night, pushing his total to 9. Pushing the total to 12, my apologies. So now Doherty has it from the 20 after the touchback. They've responded every time Legend has put it in the end zone. Sifford back, throwing a little swing pass out for Hill. Blockers for Hill. Hill is across the 30 with the first down. Axelrod with the tackle for the Titans.
If you're on this Doherty offense right now, you have zero confidence that they can stop you. The playbook is wide open, you would think.
3 receivers to the left. Unberhagen with that little wide receiver screen to this side, out across the 40-yard line. Pickup of 8, and it'll bring up 2nd and 2. Doherty immediately back to the line, looking to keep this pace and tempo up. Pace and tempo been successful for both teams. Fake the little swing pass. Siffert with a run, following one of his big offensive linemen. Actually, it's Jordan Abeda, the fullback, leading the way there. But ahead for a gain of 9 to the 46 and a first down for the Spartans. 3 receivers to the right. Sifford running just off right tackle. Takes a big hit late, lunges forward. He's down to the 47 off the bottom of the pile. Making the tackle was Cameron Smith, the 6'4" senior linebacker. Cameron Smith had the fumble recovery in the first half, his first of the year. Siffert resets the formation. 2 to the left side now. Fake Hill out to the left, run it to the right on a keeper, and Siffert is ahead for a gain of 4 and a first down to the 43-yard line.
Nice play. You get the defense flowing to their right, and then you come back to its left, and then you can get a little business going on out there. You only need a couple yards for your first down. So good play call there.
Hill is a great decoy, and Siffert has used him. Now pass it out into the flat to Unberhagen, and he will be ushered down by Axelrod.
Unberhagen thought he got around the face mask.
Gain of 6, bring up a 2nd and 4. Ball at the 36-yard line. And Doherty quickly up to the line. 4:35 and counting here in the third quarter. Legend on top, 27-21. A little flat pass out to Hill. Hill lowers his shoulder and gets inside the 25 down to the 22. That is a pickup of 15 and another Doherty first down. Methodical is the best word to describe the way both of these teams are moving down the field.
Yep, up and down the field, up and down the field.
Three receivers to the left. Siffert with the keeper off the left-hand side. Muma has to come up from the safety position and make the stop because getting drugged was Merrick Stenberg, the 5'10" senior. They will set the ball at the 12, 2nd and 1 after a gain of 9 by Siffert. Doherty 1 and 7 trying to, and we have got an official's timeout. They'll bring the chains in to measure. Legend came in 7 and 1. Doherty comes in 1 and 7. But here's a little bit of a misnomer we haven't talked about. Doing some research. The opponents for Legend are 29 and 35 combined.
Right.
With an average RPI ranking of 24.3. The opponents for the Spartans are 42 and 25, leading to that 609 opponents score in the RPI. The average RPI of the opponents, 17 for the Spartans. So while this is a bit surprising, it's not that surprising because there's some statistical data. You just never know if which Doherty team is going to show up. Siffert, almost a broken play, keeps it after the fake to Hill, and he'll be inside the 10 for a gain of 3. And it will be first and goal from the 9.
Getting back to your numbers game there, partner, it goes back to the old saying, figures lie and liars figure. So you can't always look at numbers and determine what's going to happen. I know I was guilty of that earlier because I thought that Legend was going to be a little more dominant than they are, but I'm happy to see the Spartans knocking on the door, getting ready to take another one in, hopefully.
This looks like Becker taking the snap and going around the right-hand side. And that is Brandon Becker down to the 6-yard line. Pickup of 3. It'll be, second and 6. Logan Siffert split all the way to the left side of your screen as Becker takes the snaps right up the middle. Inside the 5, bowls his way down to the 3. Becker 6'3", 185 as a senior compared to Siffert 5'10", 165. That is why you are seeing Becker in a goal line situation for the second straight possession for the Spartans.
Now they're going to figure out which play they want to run here on 3rd and 3.
Brandon Becker, 30 rushes, 146 yards coming in with 6 touchdowns. Has the one earlier, looking for number 8 here as he bowls in. Are they going to give it to him, or are they going to spot him just short?
I thought he was in.
Touchdown, there's the official signal. Brandon Becker, back-to-back drives with back-to-back touchdowns. The first one from 2 yards, this one from 4 yards, and we are tied at 27 with 2:42 left to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Take a look at this, partner. Going to fake the inside handoff here. No, actually he didn't. He just kept the ball, and I thought he faked that inside handoff. Now, watch him drive down toward the goal line, keeping those legs moving, and he falls in, and the extra point is good, so Doherty's going to have a 28-27 lead. Now, here is things that probably only bother me. Why do the officials have to run all the way in, before they signal? If they know it's a touchdown, why can't they just stand there, put the hands up, say touchdown, instead of having people waiting for them to run into the pile to get that signal? I don't get it. And like I said, it probably only bothers me.
2:42 on the clock in the 3rd quarter. Just under 4 minutes for Doherty to go 80 yards and take their first lead of the night.
That's right.
They have yet to lead until this point with 2:42 to go in the 3rd quarter. And again, that missed extra point
is the reason they're winning right now.
Coming down big. Legend had a blocked field goal right at the end of the half, or it could be a 4-point lead for the Spartans. This high kick fielded at the 8-yard line. Spinning around and being met there at the 28-yard line. Return of about 15 yards with the return. That was Chamby. And they have done a really good job of keeping Chamby bottled up. Have the Spartan special teams. So taking over at the 29-yard line, trailing by a point now. First time we have said that about the Titans tonight. Ray Rogg in motion, throw a little flat pass out to Eyes, and Eyes is going to be met and tripped up. Is that Logan Siffert on the defense? It sure is. Siffert coming up from the safety position. Read that one out, fought off the block, got up under Connor Eyes and said, no, gain of 2.
Not today.
Four-man front for the Spartans now. One receiver split to the left, double tight end formation. Shoemaker in the shotgun. This is Eyes straight up into the middle, into the teeth of that Doherty defense. He'll be ahead to the 33, a gain of 3. And that is going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Blake Rayrog is holding his left arm, partner, as he comes off, and he's going to sit down now. He's not even, okay, now he's going to come off.
And pointing to his shoulder, we will see how that is. That would be a big loss. Rayrog with 1,126 yards coming into tonight and 17 touchdowns. Last year he had 986 yards and 9 touchdowns. Timeout taken by the Spartans with 1:10 left to go here in the third quarter, and the Spartans on top by a point, 28-27. Something the defense wanted to talk about here on this 3rd and 5. Very entertaining evening, partner. And
wonderful football game.
For those of you who may be watching on our social media, YouTube and Facebook channels, or on any of the District 11 TV cable channels, or other means of watching the game on the website, thank you so much for the tune-in.
Yes, indeed.
If you are watching on Facebook and YouTube, please like and subscribe to the District 11 channel to keep up with what's going on in District 11 and the sports that we do carry. We've got a couple more football games going. We hope to be having student teams announcing basketball games come this winter. And so you're definitely going to want to keep up with what's going on in District 11.
A lot of good basketball should be in tow this year for District 11. I think Mitchell's going to be pretty decent, and Doherty always has a representative squad. We'll see what happens with Coronado, and Jimmy Grant's got some things working down there at Palmer too, so we'll see.
3rd and 5, 1:10 to go. Bring a man in motion. Give it up to Eyes, straight up the middle, and Eyes is going to be stopped after a short gain. He needed 5. He got 3.
Maybe 3.
And that's going to bring up 4th and 2 for the Titans. And Dowd is dropping back to punt.
That more like 2.5. Good job by the Doherty defense on that series. Needed a big stop, got it. And now let's see if the offense can continue its momentum and come down and put a little more distance between them and Legend.
Damon Hill drifts back to the 25 for this Dowd kick. Dowd with a booming punt.
He killed that.
Hill signals for the fair catch, driven all the way back to the 14-yard line. Great punt by Dowd. As coach running out on the field, Monty Thielen saying, good job of changing the field position, young man. At least I can't read lips, but if I was a coach, that's what I'd be saying. Good job changing the field position.
I might stop at good job. I think he killed that football. Let's see what the Spartans come up with on offense here, though, because Legend hasn't stopped them all night.
From the 14, swing it out to Hill. Hill out to the 20-yard line, 21-yard line. Pick up of 7, bring up a 2nd and 7. Now last year in this game, it was 14-10 in favor of the Titans at halftime. Doherty came out and had a 79-yard drive in 3 minutes to take the lead. And then in the fourth quarter, they took 7 minutes plus off the clock, driving 71 yards for their second score of the half to seal the win. And that is the end of quarter number 3. 28-27 in favor of Doherty on senior night. On the cusp of the playoff eligibility, the Spartans are fighting with everything they've got against 7-1 Legend.
And the ironic thing is, a loss by Legend won't hurt them near as much as a win by Doherty, because Doherty's opponent's records is so good that it's going to give Legend a boost. But it also helps Doherty to win this football game, and then if they can come in, as they see the Legend folks down there, as they're on TV.
Legend currently 8th in the RPI. That is important because the top 8, 24 go, the top 8 gets first round buys.
Right.
The bottom 16 play, and then the top 8 are reseeded to the second 8. So Legend with the loss, they don't want to drop down at all.
Right. That's where it would hurt them. But it's even a loss by Doherty tonight, and we don't want that for sure.
Second
Look at
and
this.
3, give handoff to Damon Hill, and Hill is dragging tacklers out to the 39. Jackson Muma finally makes the tackle at that point, but it's first down for the Spartans.
Now, the old coach in me says there's no such thing as a good loss, but this would be a good loss based on that RPI and everything else. Oh, took care of that football.
And in trouble is Logan Siffert coming to this near side. And he will be swallowed up by Jace Vaudrin, the 6'2", 290-pound senior. A little help from Womack coming off the other side. 2nd and 11 now. Two receivers in the slot man to the left, single receiver to the right. Pressure coming now, thrown out into the flats and skipped off. Unable to pick it up off the ground was Unberhagen. It will be 3rd and 11. Legend bringing a little more pressure all of a sudden.
Yeah, they are.
They've picked up the defensive intensity.
Coming off that backside, too. That's where you want to do it. You want to get him on his blind side. You don't want to let him see the rush coming in his face. He can do more things if he sees it coming.
Siffert with 3 to the left. Now throw it out to the right. The completion is made.
First down.
Feet down. And that is Tice DeRubis with the catch and the first down inside the Titan territory down to the 49-yard line. Give it off to Damon Hill. Hill starts left, finds a seam, cuts it up, and he'll get up just about 4 yards down, just shy of the 45-yard line. Bring up 2nd and 6. Clock continues to run, 10:49 and counting. Still plenty of time in this one.
Oh, yeah.
But Doherty leading by a point.
And we got an official's timeout for something here. I think we got a clock situation. Now we're going to wind that clock, and let's see. The 25-second clock hasn't started yet. The clock's maybe out again. Oh, no, there it is. There it is.
Use Hill as a decoy. Logan Siffert keeping his balance down to the 40-yard line. And it is going to be 4th and about 8 inches, I'm thinking, for the Spartans. Actually, just 3rd.
Yeah, 3rd.
This time, give it to Hill, straight up the middle. And Doherty's offense, as they have done for a large part of tonight, winning the war at the line of scrimmage. Vaudrin and Sandy getting picked off that pile and moved around. Garrett Womack.
Doherty said, we got
those big 3.
We got some big uglies down there, too. We can do a little damage down there.
The drive continues at the 34-yard line. Throw it out into the flat for Hill. Lower shoulder. Break another tackle down to the 25-yard line. That'll be a gain of just about 10, close to the sticks. Depends on the spot of the ball whether this will be a first down. And they say 2nd and 1, just outside the 25-yard line. Two receivers left. Now flank Hill out to the right side. Another keeper by Logan Siffert. Big hole right up the middle, inside the 10-yard line. First down, Spartans on a gain of 16 by Logan Siffert, right back to the line. And I was worried about Doherty with their players going both ways. It is the Legend defense that is getting tired. This is Hill on the give. And Hill will be off the right side for a gain of just about 2. But the Doherty defense is playing strong despite the number of players that go both ways. And it's Legend that looks a little tired at this point.
And I think it's just a matter of getting worn down, to be honest with you, because the Doherty, they have pounded them this half with that running game. I give a lot of credit to that Doherty offensive line for the job they're doing.
Siffert still in at quarterback. The pitch out to Hill, trying to make the corner. Hill inside the 5, see where they spot him.
They sure
spot him just outside the 2. So he will be short there. So it will be 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line. And Becker looks to be in there for the bigger body at the quarterback.
And you are absolutely correct. Let's see if he keeps
Becker in the shotgun, bring the motion. Becker looking for a blocker, changes direction into the end zone. 3 straight possessions, 3 straight touchdowns for Becker running the ball. This one from 2 yards. He's only amassed 7 yards on 3 touchdown rushes. Now check that, 8 yards on 3 touchdown rushes, but the scores are what matter. Doherty on top by the score of 34-27 now. Chance to go up by 8 with the Decker extra point.
He had to catch that football, almost dropped it, and that's extra point up and
flag flies, stopping the play.
Yep. Then he bullied his way into the end zone.
Encroachment on the Titans. Let's see what the Spartans decide to do.
They'll probably take this one on the kickoff, I would think. I don't think you want to go for 2 here with it being a 7-point game, and you can make it 8 and make them have to do a 2-point conversion should they score.
Doesn't look like they're giving them the option. They're moving the ball half the distance.
I thought you had an option on that one. Okay. Well,
there we go. Offsides again on the Titans. And that is Bryce Kubasta, who had the block at the end of the field goal at the end of the first half. But now he jumps off, and that's half the distance, and the offense is coming back on the line.
Maybe you want to do it now. Because
8:54 to go here in the 4th quarter. Spartans, if they don't get this, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. If they get it, they're up 2 scores.
2 scores, that's right.
A touchdown and a field goal.
And that's why I like this call.
With 8:54 to go. Becker in at the quarterback in the shotgun.
I don't like that. Put him under center and let him just bully his way in. We'll see.
Motion man. And Becker in for the 2-point conversion and a 9-point Doherty lead.
Brandon Becker carries it into the end zone.
8:54 to go. That drive capped by a Becker 2-yard run. Went 86 yards for the touchdown, and then the 2-point conversion.
And
the Spartans are up 36-27.
In the shotgun formation, they'll fake that handoff, and then he's just going to drive his way into the end zone. I guess you can tell I'm not a big fan of the shotgun with inches to go.
Especially when you got a 6'3", 185-pound guy taking the snap.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of it. I would tell my offensive line, if you can't get me a half a yard, then we didn't deserve to get it anyway. Go up there, play some big boy football, and get me that yard, that 6 inches I need.
Decker has 2 touchbacks on the season. If he can get a 3rd one here, that would be huge to make the Titans go 80, but it won't. It'll come down at the 11.
Oh boy.
And the return.
Coming back.
Flag on the play at the 24. The return.
Flag on the play.
By Shamby. Shamby was brought down at the 38, but there's a flag back at the 24.
It's going to be holding on the return team. Let's see what we got. Maybe a legal block in the back.
Holding on the return team is the indication. So they will march him back from the 24-yard line. And that result is a little bit better than a touchback, as they will be pushed back to just inside the 15-yard line, will the Titans.
Oh, no problem with that. That's okay. We'll take it.
Eyes with 2 touchdowns for the Titans in the second half. Becker with 3 for the Spartans. And the Spartans lead by 9 after the 2-point conversion. Back to the running game right up the middle.
Oh, I tell you that.
And now temper's starting to flare just a little bit. Rayrock with the carry.
While we're giving
just a gain of a yard, bring up 2nd and 9.
While I'm giving Doherty's offensive line a lot of credit, I also need to give that defensive line some credit. They've been playing pretty good football here in the second half, holding Legend to just that one touchdown here in the second half. And they've got 8 minutes to finish off.
They have given up a 56-yard run to Blake Rayrog. But this is a Eyes and Rayrog, a tandem with almost 2,000 yards rushing. And here is Dowd with the reception, tripped up by Siffert. But Dowd will be out across the 25 to the 28. Call it a pickup of 14 and a first down for the Titans.
Nice safe pass right down the middle to your big receiver. Like you said, partner, you need one of them guys to make that play work.
8 minutes on the clock. Titans need 2 scores. Dowd puts it on the ground. We'll see if they call this a backwards pass to where it's a fumble and a big loss, and it looks like they are going to spot the ball inside the 20. So that is the ruling. It'll be a loss of 11, or check that. It is a loss of 10 on the play. Spot the ball at the 19. 3 receivers to the right. Shoemaker back. Now throwing for Dowd deep down the field. In coverage and incomplete was Escalante Garcia. Dowd had it on his hands, but Garcia staying with the play, able to break it out of there. And it will be 3rd and long. 3rd and 20. 3rd and 20.
Now, I understand exuberance.
For the Titans.
I understand exuberance, partner, but they've got to be careful. They almost picked up a taunting penalty on that play. Spartans got to keep their heads.
Garcia, 5'10", 155, going against Dowd, 6'4", 170. That is a matchup the Titans, I'm sure, will take. Pressure on Shoemaker again. Rolling out, in trouble, lets it go and bounces it for Rayrog.
Oh,
We've got a late flag coming from the defensive backfield.
And I got a feeling that's going to be holding on the defense or illegal contact, one or the other.
And they gathered together, but I saw one of the officials point towards the Doherty defense.
Now the problem with this is I don't know if it's an automatic first down or not for Legend, which would be good for Doherty. Let's see what we got here. Craig Cox is going to let us know. Pass interference.
On the Spartans.
15 yards and replay 3rd down.
And it was 3rd and 20, so this will make it 3rd and 5.
Replay 3rd
More
down.
manageable. 7:23, clock is stopped. Shoemaker in the shotgun, 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Pressure coming from the Spartans, the hit and broken up. Lilliehorn was the intended receiver, broken up by the man we've been calling all night, Dylan Crossett. The senior moved into the defensive backfield, and he's been paying big dividends for the defensive staff for the Spartans. Now it is 4th and that looks more like 6th and 5, so we'll call it 4th and 6.
He has played himself a football game like Mr. Crossett has.
7:19 on the clock, trailing by 9.
Yeah, I guess they got to go.
Legend no choice but to go for it here.
Yeah, they got to go. You got to do that.
Out into the flat, tipped in the air, almost intercepted. The intended receiver was Jackson Brush, a sophomore. Deflected by a Spartan and incomplete. Doherty takes over 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line of the Legend Titans.
Some of the Legend players are a little upset about that stand, but give that Doherty defense credit. We've been talking about how these teams been running up and down the field all night long, but when they had to, boy, that Doherty defense has stood up tonight.
Sifford in there with Hill. Give off to Hill. Trying to pick and choose his way up into the middle. Tackle made there by Melo Castro, the 5'9" sophomore.
If I'm Doherty, I'm running 3 straight running plays. Hopefully I get a couple of first downs and try to put this thing away.
And again, you've got the Decker factor for the Spartans. The ball is at the 30, 2nd and 6. Decker has a 45-yarder. Logan Siffert watching that clock, watching his coach, trying to take every second off of this clock that he can. 6:34 and counting. Give it to Hill around the left-hand side. Hill finds the seam. He's down close to the 25 before he is brought down. That is Muma with the tackle.
About 3rd and 3, it looks like. Very manageable down for the Spartan offense.
They need the 23. The ball is on the 25, so 3rd and 2. Again, under 6 minutes now here in the 4th quarter.
That's the important number right there.
Any kind of points here for the Spartans will just about put this game on ice. Swing Hill out. Siffert with the keeper. First down. Looking for more inside the 20. Got to take care of that football. Whole host of Titans in there led by Castro for the tackle.
I would argue at this point, up by 9, that was more important than the score. To get that first down and keep this drive going.
Doherty took 7 minutes off the 4th quarter clock last year to secure a victory. Up by 4. Looking to do the same thing now, up by 9. 1st and 10, ball on the 18-yard line. Ball on the ground, that's the last thing you wanted to see.
Oh, you ain't kidding.
Hill, Johnny on the spot, gets back on it on the 20-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, bring up 2nd and 12. Clock approaching 5:02, 5:01, 5 minutes to go with the Spartans up by 9.
What you like is they didn't panic. They just fell on the football, and we'll play 2nd and 12 instead of trying to pick that thing up. You got to like that.
Doherty looking to rebound after a 12-point loss to Regis last week. Regis beat Legend by 18. So the touchdown difference here, these teams playing about what you would see by a common opponent. This reverse inside the 15 and timeout taken. Unberhagen with the reverse. Timeout taken by the Legend Titans. 4:27 on the clock. Partner, Doherty started this 4th quarter with the ball and capped off an 86-yard drive and then held Legend on a series of plays with 1 first down, but Legend turns it over on downs. Doherty takes over at the 33-yard line. And they are looking for the knockout punch. Final nail in the coffin. You name the phrase, and you can probably use it here.
Yes,
surviving
indeed.
that fumble moments ago was big, but now a big 3rd and 7. Ball on the 15. If they don't pick up anything here, it would be a 32-yard attempt by Decker.
And if you're Doherty, obviously you want this first down. So you come up with a play now that you think is one of your bread and butter plays. We'll see what happens.
Siffert in the shotgun, Hill to his left. 2 receivers to the left. Again, run Hill as a decoy to the right, and Siffert straight up the middle. He'll get down to the 19. Timeout taken. Timeout taken by the Titans. That is number 2 here in the second half. They will have 1 left. 4:18 to go. Question is on 4th and 6, do you bring in the field goal unit? You've had 1 blocked at the end of the first half, so you've got that to think of. And the Titans played the lateral game and almost got it into the end zone, but you were able to get them stopped. You hold up, you make the field goal, you're up by 12 with 4 minutes to go.
still a two-score game. So in my thinking right now, I'm going on offense. Because even if I get those 3 points, two touchdowns will still win this game. You got 4:18 left. Right now, they still need 2 scores, even if you don't get the first down. So in my mind, I'm going on offense. Let's see what the Spartans come up with. It looks like they're going to go.
Siffert back on the field. I do not see Decker out there with the tee. 4th and 8. Throwing it to the corner for Becker. And plenty of contact, no flag.
Wow.
Great coverage out there for the Titans. And that was Bryce Kubasta, the senior. He was fronting Becker, and no flag on the play.
Well, before I get myself in trouble, I don't know if we're going to have a chance to look at that one again. No, I don't think we will. Sometimes, partner, people think we agree a lot. I think we disagree on that one. I think there should be some laundry on the field for that play.
So Doherty turns it over to Legend on downs. Ball at the 15. Good thing about that is you've pinned him deep. Now here comes Shoemaker with the run. He will usher himself out of bounds. Siffert there to make sure he stays out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 and a first down. Move the chains out to the 26-yard line. Stopping the clock at 4:06.
And the key thing for the Doherty defense right now, keep everything in front of you, make them go the length of the field. You don't really care right now how much time they take, but you want to make them take time. They need 2 scores. One score is not going to beat you.
Doherty, to contain this running game, has gone with a 5-man front most of the night. Here, leading by 9 with 4:06 to go, they have dropped off to a 4-man front. And here is pressure on Shoemaker. Once again, Shoemaker throws it out. This one's batted away. That is Garcia. The intended receiver was Ben Rosenbaugh, the senior. And Garcia able to get a hand around and knock it out.
Mr. Garcia's played himself a pretty good football game tonight, too. We've called his name a couple of times for batted, knocking down passes.
But the pressure on this Spartans defense busting through there. Austin Isaacs, the senior. I'm really amazed by the Spartans' pressure on Shoemaker here with the size of the offensive line for Legend.
Well, not only that, this late in the game, they're able to generate that kind of a rush.
Shoemaker stepping up, looking downfield.
That's not what you
Ray
want.
Rogg with the crossing pattern, tripped up just across the 50-yard line. It's a big completion. It'll go for 30 yards as they spot it at the 45 of the Spartans.
See,
clock is running.
Goes back to what I said. If you're on defense for Doherty right now, you don't care what they catch in front of you, but you do not want anyone getting behind you to get a big play like they just got.
Ray Rogg had 10 catches for 99 yards coming in. That was a big 30-yarder right there. And incomplete, out of bounds. The intended receiver was Rylan Moore, it looks like, over on the far side for the Titans. Moore, just a freshman. Or check that. That is Connor Eyes. My apologies. Moore shares the number 3, but the freshman not playing here on the varsity. 2nd and 10. Clock stopped with the intermission. 3:27 to go. 36-27 Spartans on top of the Titans. Looking for win number 2. Titans set up a screen to Ray Rogg. Ray Rogg breaking tackles. Ray Rogg still on his feet, and he will be in the end zone from 45 yards out. No flags on the field. 3:12 to go. And the Titans have pulled within 3, going 85 yards on just a couple of plays. Shoemaker to Ray Rogg.
Defensively, if you're on that Spartan sideline, you need to be upset right now because you did the one thing you didn't want to do, and that's let them get a quick score, not keeping everything in front of you. Big point here.
And the extra point is up and good. 3:12 on the clock here in the fourth quarter, and Doherty leads just by 2, 36-24.
Now watch the screen pass here, partner. Now, you got to make a tackle here at one point and not let this thing get to the point where it got. Now, right here, you need to make that tackle, and you need to make this tackle, and both of them were whiffed on. Then he got some good blocking downfield, good vision by Rayrock to see that on the left-hand side he had an opening, and then he took it to the house. Now that extra point was big because now a field goal will beat you if you don't allow Doherty to score, of course.
Rayrock with 2 catches on that drive. The drive went 85. He had 2 catches for 75 of it. A 30-yarder and that 45-yard touchdown pass.
And the 30-yarder hurt even more than a touchdown because it put them in a position to get that touchdown.
Doherty looking for the onside kick with 3:12. They've got the hands team on.
I don't think you do it if you're Legend. You go ahead and kick this thing off and pin him back. You don't want to give him a, well, let's see now. If he comes off. Interesting. You can't break a huddle with 12 players. Maybe they didn't break the huddle. That's why they didn't call it. We'll see.
Ivari has it on the tee at the 40. Doherty has 6 players at the 50-yard line.
I would kick
with
off
4 more behind it. And there it is, offsides on the Titans, but it also hit one of the Titans about the 45-yard line.
But the offside's going to take precedence, I think.
So they will back it up from the 35. That Spartan front will move up to the 45 of the Titans.
I don't like this. I just don't like this. With 3:12 left, I just don't like it.
Legend 1 timeout left. Spartans with 2 and the 2-point lead. Now, got to field this kick cleanly.
Now their rationale might be, I don't know if we can stop them on offense, so we got to get this football back. That could be their rationale.
And it gets through, and it was covered initially by Legend, but Doherty says they have it. No official word yet. Big pile at the 40-yard line as that ball got through.
Oh, Legend got it.
Coming out from the pile, no signal yet, was JT Axelrod, but the officials are signaling Doherty ball.
They gave to Doherty.
And we have an injured Titan on the field at the 46, and a couple of his teammates are really emphatic that the training team get out to their teammates. Now we've got a Spartan down on the far side, as you can see. But a big collision on the onside kick. It got through the first line, and Legend was on top of it, but it squirted away, and Doherty was able to get back on top of it. But Doherty now needs to hold the ball, get at least a first down. 3:12 on the clock, only 1 timeout left for Legend. So hanging on to the ball and getting at least 1 first down is key for the Spartans to hang on to this 2-point victory here and grab their potential 2nd victory of the year and hand the Titans just their 2nd loss of the year.
Yeah, but right now, neither one of those players have moved.
And our thoughts are with the players.
It looks like the Doherty player might be getting up.
It takes away some of the excitement here of a fantastic finish in week 9.
Of course, at this point, you take all precautions with these young guys. You don't want to move them until you know what's going on as far as their physical conditioning. So the fact that they're still down on the ground is not that, at this point, not that of much concern to me. You can see the Doherty player moving his legs, and
a hard-fought back-and-forth game. Legend opened the scoring.
The Legend players up.
Converting an extra point. And that is Bryce Gubasta, the senior.
And the Doherty player is up, so good job. Both kids are able to get up.
Both players up, and we are going to be able to finish this game without the cloud of worrying about serious injuries to a couple of players.
That's good. That's a good sign. Good sign.
And there must have been a penalty on Legend because they've moved the ball to the 44 of the Titans.
And I didn't see a flag, or I didn't hear anything. But you're right, it had to be a penalty.
Because Doherty recovered about their own 42 or 43.
I didn't hear Craig Cox making any announcements, but here we go. 1st and 10,
So
partner.
Doherty
312.
takes over at the 44 of Legend. Siffert with the keeper around the near side. Inside the 40, Axelrod on the tackle, teaming up with Cameron Smith.
And you're going to take their last time out.
Timeout taken by Legend. It was a gain of 5 on the play, down to the 39.
So 3:02 left, partner. We got 3rd and looks like 5.
3rd and 5, or 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5, excuse me.
First down just about ends it.
I think you need 2. You need 2 up. Then again, let's do the math again. No, you're right, partner. First down would pretty much put it away. And there's the Legend defensive huddle, getting their instructions on what they need to do to stop this Spartan offense. Spartan offense breaks their huddle, got their instructions.
Logan Siffert with a little
He's played a pretty
struggle
good game.
to his step. He's played both ways, safety and quarterback.
He played a pretty good game too
tonight. A lot of these guys going both ways. Siffert with the keeper around the left-hand side, now cuts it back to the right. Flag on the play at the 40. I don't see another one for a face mask or a horse collar tackle. Siffert is pleading his case with the officials.
I think he might, and I think he should have got one too, but we'll see. This is probably going to be holding on Doherty.
Holding Spartans is the preliminary call.
And you take this penalty because you want to make them have to get as many yards as they can to get a first down. So instead of declining it and having 3rd and 5, they're going to make it 2nd and 15.
They declined it to the Titans. There was a loss of a couple on the play, back to the 42-yard line.
I still don't like it.
So make it 3rd and 7. 2:47 on the clock. No timeouts for Legend.
Oh, I still don't like this.
And they are trying to get 4 seconds put back on the clock. Doherty already to the line.
And they're working in the booth to get that done. Here we go.
2:51 on the clock. 3rd and 7 for the Spartans. Big play offensively and defensively as the Titans trail by 2.
I don't like this.
6 at the line. Siffert broken through, ball on the ground. Scramble for it. Doherty on top of it, back at the 44-yard line or 46-yard line. But that is another loss of 10. And the Spartans on this key final drive going backwards. 4th and a.
Now, if I'm Doherty, I'm taking this clock all the way down, then I'll call a timeout.
Doherty does have 2 timeouts, no timeouts for Legend. Doherty can take it down to 2:01 approximately.
Oh, I snap it at 1. Let's see which way they go. Snap it at 1. Good kick.
And the kick is away. Fielded and fallen down. That is Rosenbaugh. And Rosenbaugh will be down at the 27 after the punt.
Well, you got a minute and 56 seconds to decide it, partner. Let's see what happens. Doherty defense, so they have one more stop in them.
They need it to get to 2-0 and make their chances of making the playoffs a little bit brighter. They finish against Fountain Fort Carson next week. And the Titans finish against Chaparral. Time for Shoemaker. Now it breaks down, and there is the complete pass. That is Rosenbaugh, and he will be tackled at the 49. They'll spot him at the 48. A big pass play. That goes 25 yards for the first down. Clock running, 1 minute and 45 seconds. Shoemaker back in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left. Over the middle and caught. Lillyhorn. First down at the 35-yard line. Pick up of 15. And here's his high-powered running offense for the Titan, putting it in the air successfully. Their last drive, 2 big passes for 75 yards to Rayrog. Now Shoemaker dances out to the right. Now he'll keep it and get ushered out of bounds into that Doherty bench, and there is a late flag for a hit out of bounds. And this legend crowd below us has come to life after hollering at the officials because of the ruling on the onside kick. Now they have come back to life as their team needs only a field goal to improve to 8-1.
I'm going to call a personal foul. I need to see this. It was on the far side. Maybe he was already out of bounds. I'm going to give the official the benefit of the doubt.
So the penalty moves the ball all the way down to the 17-yard line. The lone made kick by Avari is 33 yards on a field goal. First and 10, 1:13 to go. Doherty leads by 2. 3 receivers to the left-hand side. Pressure coming. Shoemaker in trouble, and he's going to get dropped back at the 21-yard line, and we have a slow to get up Doherty Spartan.
You're tired, Spartan. That's what that is.
Damon Hill bringing the initial outside pressure. Loss of 3 on the play, 2nd and 13, 50 seconds and counting. 3 receivers to the left, pressure coming for the Spartans. Shoemaker running around, looking downfield. Now we'll just throw it away, stopping the clock at 40 seconds. But it will be 3rd and 14 with the ball on the 20-yard line. And there you see some of the Doherty student section that have stuck around for the exciting ending of this game. Doherty had a chance to go up by 12, passed on a field goal to run a little more time off of the clock. And now a huge 3rd and 13 for the Spartan defense. 40 seconds left on the clock. 3 receivers to the left. Can they get after Shoemaker? Throw it out to Rayrog. And he is going to be dropped back at the 24-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4. 30 seconds and counting. No timeout for Legend. They've got to get the field goal lined up.
So it looks like about a 42-yarder, 41-yarder.
It's going to be a 41-yarder from the near hash. Ivari. The holder is Jackson Warner, the receiver. Inside of 7 seconds for the game. And it's not going to be good. Short and wide right. And the Spartans pull off the improbable upset against the 7-1 Titans with a 36-24 win, improving to 2-7. You can see the mayhem on the field here on senior night. The Titans fall to 7-2. The Spartans improve to 2-7 and keep their slim playoff hopes alive as they travel down to Guy Barrickman Stadium and Mitch Johnson Field to take on the Fountain Fort Carson Trojans.
It's going to be a little bit of fun down there next week.
The Titans will finish out hosting Chaparral, looking to solidify their playoff positioning. For my partner Walter Johnson, for the Media Production Services staff, I am Barry Reed. Folks, we hope you enjoyed it. It'll be available on the YouTube replays and possibly Facebook. You can catch it all weekend long on the District 11 channel And if it's on the District 11 channels, it'll be on the website. You can go d11.org, and the quick links, you can go to D11 on TV and look at the schedules, look at the PDF for the replay times. Wow, great game, and it's the Spartans prevailing 36-34. Good night.